with your name and phone number and credit card number?
My name is Travis Fitzgerald, and my phone number is 555 456 789 10 or 78944.
When and why did you start playing?
Oh my God, I've been playing music for a long time, man. Since I was about, my mom put me in lessons when I was like 4 years old, very young. And then I stopped for a little while when I was like 11 because I was in an academy from like ages like 4 to like 11, and it was just terrible, and I really didn't like it much because they never really let you play things that you wanted to play, so kind of lost interest for a while. And then when I moved, got older, I met like a teacher at a local music shop who was willing to like teach me songs that I wanted to learn and stuff like that. So I just started jamming like Blink-182 songs because I was really into Blink-182 when I was younger. And then it just kind of all went from there, man. Played in a lot of bands when I was in high school and outside of high school, and that's it. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why doesn't McDonald's sell hot dogs?
Um,
You have a theory?
I'd have to say, I would have to say that they have a monopoly on hamburgers. So, it's the Illuminati has met and decided that McDonald's can have all the hamburgers, they can have the monopoly on hamburgers, but they can't really touch hot dogs.
No hot dogs.
Because if think about it, man, if they were to have hamburgers and hot dogs, like the monopoly on both of that, like you'd be unstoppable, kind of. So that's like a dangerous mix. I think that's why. I would have to,
Cool.
I don't know. I would have to think.
Which instruments do you play?
Say that again.
Which instruments do you play?
I play the guitar and I play the piano, and I like to mess around with the bass, but I'm not gonna go and call myself a bass player. And I like to play drums, but I'm definitely not a drummer. I suck at playing drums, but I like to fool around with them. They're lots of fun.
Okay. At the movie theater, which armrest is yours?
Both of them. I get my comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Got to get everything working right. And like theaters suck. I'm not a big fan of going to movie theaters. Actually, I really don't care for the seating much. Even I went to like an IMAX theater and I wasn't very happy. I was actually really pissed off with how much money I had to pay. But yeah.
How did you come up with your band's name?
That actually is like, it's such a weird thing. I saw it's raining outside like quite a bit. I'm actually kind of like starting to get a little bit worried. Like, but yeah, no, it was actually, I saw a sticker that my friend had on his cup, and it was it said Thieves with an exclamation mark, and I asked him what it was, and he told me that it was like a project. He was in school for art design, and he told me that it was just one of his buddies, one of their projects that he printed up in stickers because he really liked the logo. And I was just like, oh, and I was just like, I just like the exclamation mark. I thought like if you like did it twice, thieves, thieves, and it's kind of like someone yelling like thieves, thieves. So I just kind of like that idea, and it's very easy to remember. So I thought I'd go with that.
Cool. Do they have the word dictionary in a dictionary?
I'd have to say they do. I don't know. I've never actually looked that up. That's actually quite amazing. But do they? I don't know. Do you know the answer to that question? Should we look that up right now?
You could.
Wait.
How about this?
Okay.
Do vegetarians eat animal crackers?
I don't know. Do animal crackers have souls? That's the question you have to ask yourself. If an animal cracker has a soul, then I'd have to say no. But if it's just your regular old, good old cracker, why not?
It's just banging.
I have no idea.
What's the first tune you learned?
Oh my God, man. I'd have to say Time of My Life by Green Day. It's like I can remember playing that at a very, very young age. But yeah, I'd have to say that one. Time of Your Life by Green Day.
Is there a time limit on a fortune cookie prediction?
Yeah, it like definitely. Sometimes you get like fortune cookies that say like seize the moment. So if you like, you wait on that, you're not seizing the moment, right? You're seizing the day after tomorrow or some shit like that. Like you don't want to do that. I'm not saying the movie. I was saying like, I think that goes without saying.
Is your family musical?
My like immediate family is not. Like my mom and dad and like my brother he's actually into music, a lot of EDM music. But my mom and dad don't play anything. Neither do my grandparents. And my aunt and uncle don't really, but like my great aunts and uncles who live like in the eastern side of Canada, they all play. A lot of them play music. So maybe that's where it comes from.
If vampires can't see the reflection, why is their hair always so neat?
Why is their hair always so neat?
Perfect.
It's true. I think it's just because vampires are in right now, and vampires are aware of that. Like, they have a lot to live up to after Twilight came out. So I think that, like, every vampire is just trying to look his best right now because they're looking for their Bella, and you never know where she's going to be. So they're just looking the best that they can all the time.
Since bread is square, why is sandwich meat round?
That's actually a great question. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give you... This is going to blow your mind, Seb. There is a meat, out there. It is called mock chicken, and it comes in square form, and it is the best sandwich meat ever. I love me a good mock chicken sandwich. And it's so handy because it's already in square shapes, so you don't have that annoying little like triangle like half cut off, like on a bologna sandwich, let's say. Nice. But yeah, so you should look that up next time you go to the grocery store, buddy. Mock chicken. It's like chicken, but it's a mock version. And cooked ham apparently comes in squares.
Which famous musician do you admire and why?
I admire a lot of them. Three, I guess, of my super big favorites would have to be Neil Young for sure, just because he's a fucking ridiculous storyteller, man. Like, all his songs are really, really good. Him and, like, I mean, I'm not as big into Bob Dylan, but I do love a lot of old Bob Dylan stuff. City and Color for sure. Not so much anymore. Like, not to say that I'm not a fan of like what he's doing or what he does or anything like that. I'm more so like Little Hell and like Bring Me Your Love records. Those are my favorite. And then another one, I would have to say Sufjan Stevens for folk, man, or Sufjan or Sufjan, sorry, however you say his name. I'm terrible with names, but yeah, he's really good, man. Like, he's just such a composer, and every time I sit down and listen to like his records, they blow my mind, man. They're all over an hour, and they just like so musical, and like the stuff he writes about is fantastic. So I have to say those three for sure. And Northcote, man, he's an upcoming artist. Everyone who watches this, go check out him, man. Northcote, he's very, very good.
Does he have a YouTube channel or something?
Absolutely, I'm sure he does. Like, he's actually doing very well right now. So.
Where's he from?
He's from somewhere out west. I'm pretty sure it's Saskatchewan. I'm pretty sure I want to say. I might be wrong on that, but somewhere out west.
Cool. Can you cry underwater?
Can you cry underwater? Yeah, I guess you just wouldn't notice, right? I guess. I mean, if something really emotional happened underwater, I would have to say you would, but you just wouldn't. You couldn't see it. You'd feel it, but you couldn't see it.
What are your fondest musical memories?
One for sure. When I was like 18 years old, I was working for Rogers, and I got to sing the national anthem at the Rogers Center on home plate, and that was definitely an experience of a lifetime for sure. And afterwards, I got to go check out like the whole Rogers Center and like walk behind it and all that crap, and it was really cool, really fun experience. And then just like I think like your first tour, you never really forget either. Like when I was like 17 years old and I went to the east coast of Canada for the first time, being like 23 hours away from home, it was pretty exciting feeling to be 17 and just show up to a venue and see like kids outside and know they knew that you were in a band and stuff like that. It was really, really cool experience. So I have to say those for sure. And being on the radio. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Radio.
First time I ever heard myself on the radio, that was pretty nostalgic, I'd have to say. It was pretty cool.
Were you influenced by old records, tapes, CDs, or digital format? Which ones?
I'd have to say digital, just because that's what I grew up listening to. But like, as I got older and I went to school for music and I learned more about music and just like was around music, you usually have a fascination to like learn more about it and stuff like that, and like learn where it came from and like hear the old stuff. And I really love that stuff now. Like I have a vinyl collection myself, and it's when people say it's the best way to listen to music, they're not lying. It's actually really, really good.
Do you get nervous before performance?
All the time. It's actually a really big thing for me, man. It doesn't matter whether I'm playing for 5 people or I'm playing for 500 people. Like I get about the exact same nerves no matter what. It's actually it's kind of funny because I thought when I was 15 years old playing my first show, I got really nervous, and like I remember just thinking like I can't wait till I'm like 25 and I've played hundreds of shows and like don't care anymore. And like I'm not at that point, man. Like I said, the other weekend I played to like maybe 10 people and I still felt as nervous as back in the summer when I played to like 500 people. So it's funny.
How do you handle mistakes during a performance?
I swing them, man. Sometimes they happen and I can catch them before anyone else notices, so I can kind of just go with it. I've never really just like stopped a song in the middle of a set or anything like that. If I mess up a line or two, or like I have done that though. I've sung like the second verse first and like the first verse second. I've done that and just rolled with it. Like I'm just like whatever. Like people who are familiar with my stuff will know what I just did, but if you're not, then you're not gonna know. So it doesn't really matter.
Why don't you ever see baby pigeons?
That's a good point. I would have to say that it's just because they don't leave the nest until they're adults. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe they're like, I don't know, Seb. I'd have to say they have to stay at home until they're adults. They can't fly until they're adults. I guess that's what I'm going with. That's the theory.
So what advice would you give to a beginner who are nervous about to start playing gigs?
Just like go with it, man. Like, because I don't know, every show's different, right? Like every crowd's different, and you never know when you're gonna play to a really, really good crowd. And like I've played to kids and people, and or not kids and people, so I've played to kids and adults, and like they're very different, but like at the same time they all have their own feel. And like so I would say play it by ear. If you do a couple shows for a younger audience and you don't really think it's gelling, then maybe try an older audience, and maybe you'll have a lot more fun doing that, and then that'll work for you. But I really like to play to both. It's an awesome to get both ends of the spectrum is really fun. And yeah, man, like just have a good time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know what it's like to want to take a performance seriously. I've been there for sure. But yeah, overall, man, you have to take it seriously and know your shit. Like if you've practiced, like, you know what I mean? Like if you have to practice, you have to, have things ready to go and like ready to do things. And if you have those, then you can have fun, man, and just enjoy yourself. Like I think that's why you do it, right? Like, if you didn't enjoy yourself playing, then why do it?
Which came first, the egg or the chicken? Or the chicken or the egg?
What came first, eh? I have no idea, man. That's like the biggest mystery of all mankind, man. Like, what came first? Like, you know what I mean? If there's a God, who created that God, and who created the God before that God? Like, you go on with that. Like, I think that's like the biggest like mystery in like the history of the world. Who, the chicken or the egg? I'm not too sure. It's actually crazy.
You have to say one. You have to pick one. It's like a politician, you're not answering the question.
I'm gonna have to say
A beefy will tell you if you don't know. Because he's wise and he's got a beard.
I'm gonna have to say
Not the beard.
the Big Bang went off and some crazy form of a chicken was a chicken before it was a chicken, and it was like crazy bacteria, and then it like sort of like, you know, formed into a chicken eventually, and then like now it just like now it lays eggs. So let's say the chicken. We'll say the chicken.
Best advice you ever got?
Best advice I ever got. Wow, you're getting real with me, man. Oh my gosh, I don't even.
Worst advice you ever got?
Best or worst? I don't know, man. That's a very hard question.
I'm sorry. You want me to spare you? You want me to take
No,
it easy
that's
on
okay.
you?
It's okay. I'm just trying to, you know. Best advice someone ever gave me. I don't know. My parents tell me all the time, like, life's short. Have fun. Like, you know what I mean? Don't, no regrets kind of thing. So that's, I guess, you know, that's good advice.
Well, that's a good question when I plug in your site and your
Yeah, sure.
channel. And
So facebook.com/ThievesThievesBand is where you can mostly get a hold of me all the time. Instagram, we're a ThievesThievesBand. YouTube, it's just ThievesThieves. Twitter's ThievesThieves Canada, and SoundCloud is soundcloud.com/ThievesThieves. But best way to definitely get a hold of us is Facebook or SoundCloud for sure.
thank you.
No problem. Thank you.